Welcome to the Performer Radio Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day, Marlena Garcia.
Valentine's Day.
She's back. Why don't you move over to your right just a little bit and get you right in the frame there. That's good. There you go. Happy Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes, I'm so happy
I
to be
think
back.
it's on a Wednesday. It's 1 week from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming most of the people are going to be spending it this weekend rather than the following weekend. I don't know. I
or
guess
maybe all week.
Yeah, okay. For the real lovers, I guess all week would be good.
Yes.
Then a lot of people, a lot of females celebrate the 13th, Galentine's Day.
They do.
They do. Now it's become I think it's actually somewhat of a bigger
I love it.
day than Valentine's itself, because I think there's a lot more single women in the world than there are ones
look at
attached.
Michael.
I don't know for sure. But all I keep hearing and seeing on social media is Galentine's Day.
I'm going to be selling Galentine's Day on Friday as well with my
Oh, okay.
friends.
All right.
Yes, me and my
I think that's good. I think
Yeah.
it's good. I'll get together and bash men or whatever.
It's like a
whoever else
girls' night thing?
Yeah, it's a girls' night thing. I think
Yes.
that's important. It's definitely important that young ladies and older ladies too can hang out and have a good time with one another.
Oh, yeah, I
absolutely.
believe that.
And it's winter, so there's nothing better to do anyway. Might as well go out and have a good time, right?
But we
with
get
each
so
other.
festive. Like
Yes.
we definitely do the decor, the flowers, the hearts. It's a real good time.
Exactly. Actually, next Tuesday night, Galentine's night, we are going to be at Capo's Restaurant in the south end of Boston. Not south end, South Boston.
Yes.
And we're going to be celebrating In Boston Magazine's new release, and they're going to have like a love thing going on with sort of like the dating game. They have a company that's a matchmaking company that's coming in, and
That's
they're going to be matching people up that aren't together. So that should be
Oh
interesting.
my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, so they're releasing the new magazine and a special article in there about Performer. So that should be, and myself.
And
so.
how do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about it because we've been working really hard behind the scenes getting things updated for 2024.
Yes.
This is what I call the post-COVID update because we couldn't do anything here during the last 4 years because of COVID. Well, I mean, not last year we started getting back in the mix again, but we were so busy with all our other programs and
Right.
what we're doing, like Wicked Bites and stuff like that.
But good things take time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so pale next to you. I hate that. Look at that. We get all new lights in
Trust
here
me,
too.
I'm not getting no sun.
Yeah, well, it might as well be like getting a tan in here with all the lights we got. It's all brand new lights, so everything's brighter, so you can see me more. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
At least you're here.
yeah, well, yeah, and like I said, everything's a lot brighter now. So you used to be in that dark corner; it's all lit up at this point. So that's just one of the new things that we're doing here.
Right.
We also get the new photo studio. Everything's been updated.
Yes.
New television studio, so everything's been updated for 2024.
So exciting.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. We got a lot of things coming up the pipeline that a lot of people don't know about yet, but we're going to be releasing slowly but surely. And one of the new things we did was the Roku TV channel, the Amazon Fire TV channel,
Yes.
the new website. So everything's kind of in sync. We did the soft release in January. The official release is going to be March 1st. Why? Because March 1st is our anniversary date here at this studio in Quincy. That's when we opened up the studio 6 years ago, this March 1st. That was when we moved from Randolph. So, yeah, much different vibe from Randolph to Quincy. So you've got our basic stuff that's going on here. And, of course, we are broadcasting more. We're going to be seeing a lot more new shows. So we're slowly bringing them back one at a time. Last week was Night Moves. Week before that, Fun with Food. So you're going to see a lot of old shows and new shows coming.
Well,
in the
I
very near
feel
future.
wonderful to be back. I mean,
Yeah.
I took a little break.
Yeah, we all took a break, which
Yes.
is, I think necessary once in a while.
Yes.
We were kind of burned out from all the stuff we were doing last summer, which was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And glad to have you back. So what have you been up to? What's going on with you?
You know, family, friends, healing, a lot of healing, saying no, a lot of saying no, but for the better. I mean, I'm back into school. Definitely, that's something I wanted to do last year, but I gave it to God, gave it to Him. I'm like, you know what you're supposed to do for my path. And
Yeah, I mean, everything in its due time, right?
exactly.
You can't just rush into something if you're not ready for it.
And it wasn't the right time.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
now I believe I have the time, I have the space, and I think that's what's most important. I had to put myself in a space, like what's my priority right now. And yes, I can work, but I needed to rest. And yeah,
There you go.
That's why I'm
And the last
here.
time you've been, you've been involved with Performer behind the scenes, but the last
Absolutely.
time people saw you in conjunction with Performer, working with Performer, was at the Boston Fashion Awards back in October.
Yes, sir.
The 2023 Boston Fashion Awards. And tonight we have a Boston Fashion Awards winner as one of our guests.
Oh,
We're going to
yeah.
be giving her award, which is actually long overdue because it's actually from 2022. But that's okay, better late than never. But she's been
Absolutely.
busy, and we're going to see how busy she's been. And then after that, we have this woman who owns a boutique in Cohasset, which is my hometown. Shh, don't tell anybody that's where I live. But that's a beautiful boutique called Bloom Lingerie Swim and Resort. Okay, so they're not just lingerie. They've shortened it to Bloom Lingerie, so that's not the only thing they sell. So when you go in there, you see all the different offerings, and all year round. All year
She's
round.
collaborating.
Yes.
She's putting
if you're
herself
going on a
out there.
cruise, or if you're going to, Cancun or whatever, just walk in and they get something for you.
Oh, yeah.
Or for Valentine's Day, which is, of course, why she's here tonight. And she's got a lot on her schedule, so we're very grateful for her coming down here.
Absolutely.
That's Melinda, and she's going to be coming up in just a few seconds as well, a few
Can't
minutes.
wait.
So we're going to go to a quick commercial, come back and meet these ladies and talk more about Valentine's, Galentine's, lingerie, awards, all of that stuff. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Models, singers, comedians, dancers, and so much more. This is the Performer Radio Show.
Okay, we are back, and we got three lovely young ladies in the studio tonight. In your upper right is Elise Sopelle. Did I pronounce that right?
Sopelle.
Sopelle. Oh, I love that. I didn't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry about
Nobody
that.
knows.
I'm glad I know now. Sopelle.
What is that?
exotic
Like
sound.
what type of
French?
So my dad's from Ghana, so it's
Ghana.
West African.
French? Is that French? And not a
Oh,
French.
my first name is French.
Oh, you're French. Yeah. Well, okay, that's good. But I'm saying is the language French influenced down there.
They speak French in
Yeah,
Ghana.
yeah, that's a lot. Okay, and Melinda, hi, welcome. How you doing? Why don't you get a little closer to that microphone so we can hear you better?
Yes.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Michael, so great to be here.
There you go. We're going to talk to Elise for a little bit, and then we're going to get back to Melinda and talk about Bloom. So, Elise, the 2022 Boston Fashion Awards, you won for Best Runway Model.
Yes.
But you have been really doing a lot more than just runway lately. You've been all over the place in terms of doing billboards and all kinds of ads. And if you're signed with Dynasty, correct?
Yes, so if
Okay.
Dynasty and New England Model Group, and then Strut
Okay.
out of New York.
Oh, so you got 3 agencies you work for.
That's right.
You work with. Is Dynasty the mother agency, or do you have a mother agency?
New England Model Group is the mother agency.
Okay. Where are they based out of?
They're based in New Hampshire, but most of the work is in Boston here.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's working it all right. So I think probably you're at the Liberty at least, maybe twice a month?
Yeah, two to four times a
2 to 4.
month.
Well, so it could be as many as every week.
It has been as many.
Yeah.
And then there are other shows that I am too busy for or decide to pass up on.
Yeah. And what is you take some time off during the summertime though, right? They don't really, but they do a couple special events, but nothing every week like they do in the fall and the spring seasons, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They take shows off during the summertime, and they'll come in for Pride Month.
Oh, for Pride Month, which is
that's
June, right?
interesting. Mhm.
Yeah, that's June. Okay. So I know that the previous general manager, he was very into fashion. I don't know if the current one is or not, but these events are very, what's the word, uplifting for the Boston fashion community. As a matter of fact, Melinda is featuring there tomorrow night. So you want to get to the Liberty, and let me tell you this, okay, guys, if you don't have a clue what to get your lady, you need to be there tomorrow night to get a clue. Melinda will help you out. Don't worry. Go up to Melinda. You see what she looks like.
Ask Melinda for sure.
Ask Melinda. Like, Melinda, I need to get something. What am I going to get that's going to make her happy? And
him happy.
Yeah, well, I guess in some ways that's true, huh?
Yeah.
And she knows how to pick the taste, because when it came to the Boston Fashion Awards show,
right.
I'm like, take my models here, and she's like,
that's right. And you were showing at the 2023
This
Boston
is for
Fashion
you.
Awards.
She knew exactly what to put on.
There you go.
And I think that's what's important.
And unfortunately, Elise won't be there tomorrow night because that's her birthday. So she can go have happy birthday.
She gets to say no on her birthday.
She gets to say no on her birthday.
No.
That's okay though. You'll probably be back the following week.
Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like I said, you have to see this lady on the runway. Okay, she owns the runway. And the Liberty's not technically a runway, sort of. It sort of is and isn't.
Installation.
It's half installation, half runway.
Right.
When they first come out on the middle tier of the what do you call that? I don't know what you call it.
The floor, the
the second floor.
where everyone
It's a rotunda. That's what it is. A rotunda. When they come out on the second floor of the rotunda, they're basically on a runway kind of platform. But then they go down, they come up the escalator, and then they do sort of like installation poses.
We're all over the place,
right,
really, so
exactly.
everyone in the hotel can
It's
see
so
us.
fun, though.
It is.
Now, this always amused me because people walking in that are probably checking in at that moment.
Good point.
They're like, what the heck is going on here? I thought I was in a nice, quiet hotel in Boston.
It is the most unique experience.
Isn't
when
it?
we come up for part of the show, we're there at the entrance, lined up in our outfits, and people are checking in just jeans and a t-shirt, and they have to wait for us to go up while the spotlight's hitting us.
Yeah, I know. And if I got to follow that.
Yep.
I'm not going up the escalator.
I'm sure someone's like, no, you cannot go on when she's
They're
going
like, no,
on.
we can't go. We can't go.
Yeah.
I'm not. The spotlights is people. I just want to check in and go to bed. But no, I mean, it's a great environment. And there's a lot of people there. They're having a good time on a Thursday night. They're networking. And by the way, everyone, totally free. You can just walk in off the street. Okay.
And good vibes.
Yep.
And not every time is free is good vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, right. I mean, not every time is free is good quality either.
Yes.
Okay. So these guys, they know what they're doing. They've got it down to a science, obviously. Hair, makeup, prep. The designers when they come in, or the boutiques, and they know, they have to do sometimes instant fittings. Because they don't have time to go to the boutiques and do all the fittings or the designers ahead of time. So they have to and they might be doing a couple adjustments here and there right before the show. And you come out 3 times. Is that correct, Elise?
That's right.
Yeah, 3 times. So they go once around and then around again and around again. Yep. So it takes roughly about a little under an hour.
About 50 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. About 15 minutes. There you go. And they start usually around 10 o'clock, correct?
Always a little bit later than that, but we always aim for 10.
You aim for 10, all right.
Yeah.
Well, with all that stuff going on, and usually it's about 4 or 5 models, right?
4 models. So
4 models that you cycle through.
Yeah, 12 looks total.
12 looks in total, all right. But because of the way that they present it, that one walk takes 10 minutes or so, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, to walk all the way around, down, and then to each podium.
You're getting the full look for sure.
Yeah.
You can really see how the outfit moves, and people can get really up close to it because you're all over the place.
Right, and that's another thing too. There's no bad seat in the house. Because everywhere near you, they're going to be stopping. Okay, and that includes the upper floors as well. They go all the way around you, so there's no way you can miss anything. So any table you get, any chair you get, any bar you're at, you're going to have a nice view.
So don't miss out.
Yeah, exactly.
Tomorrow night.
I mean, I think in the Boston area, a lot of people do know, but the ones that are into fashion, they know. They know. But anybody that's not into fashion that wants to have a good night out, very reasonable too.
Yes.
And that's a good place to go, especially.
And Bloom is going to be there.
Especially after a game.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people. Okay, maybe I'm not dressed for a fashion event, but they don't really have any dress code specifically.
You can come.
You can come as you are. But if you just saw the Celtics or the Bruins play and you want to go out for a nightcap or just don't want the night to end right then and there, head up there. Most of the Bruins and Celtics games are over by 10 o'clock roughly anyway. So
and it's a good location
too. It's in that area too, by the way. Yeah, it's
good
right
location.
up the street from TD Garden. How long have you been doing it, Elise?
The Liberty shows?
Yeah.
About 2.5 years now. I came to Boston during COVID, so I started back up with the shows when they started up after COVID.
So you're like when you, oops, wrong one there. Let's go back to the one that makes more sense. There we go. So you came here during basically a lockdown, and you're like, were you attending school? Was that what's going on? What was the reason to come to Boston? Let's put it that way.
My mom's going to Harvard, and we moved out together. I was finishing my bachelor's degree online, so I thought I should move out here with her.
Oh, very good. And where'd you move from?
Minnesota.
Okay, that's all. It's sort of like literally a lateral move.
Yeah.
Although the winters here are a little milder than Minnesota's.
So much milder.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're talking about Boston being mild for winter, but the last few years have been quite mild. So comparatively speaking, yes, definitely milder than Minnesota. What's the one thing that's different? Was it St. Paul or Minneapolis? What?
We're not from any place you would recognize. I'm from Pine River with a
Pine River.
population
Well, what's the
of
closest city that we might know?
3 hours south is St. Paul.
3 hours south of St. Paul. Is it near Wisconsin or what's
near Canada?
Near Canada. Oh, 3 hours south?
3 hours. 3 hours south is St. Paul, so we're 3 hours north.
Oh, I see. St. Paul is
yeah.
3 hours south. That's where I get a little confused. Okay, so you're next to Canada. Okay,
And you were gonna say the population. How many people?
My town has like 900 people, so you would not know where I'm from.
This was culture shock then for you, wasn't it? Especially, well, maybe during COVID it wasn't. Actually, you know what? Maybe COVID allowed you to acclimate slowly to a city environment like this, but
no.
No?
I had been to the cities, and I'd lived in St. Paul for part of my bachelor's degree.
Okay,
but yeah, there's a huge culture shock coming out to the East Coast. People behave very differently than I'm used to.
Well, yeah, we know that. We're basically what we call massholes. But a lot of us, not all of us, obviously.
Not all of us.
Not all of us, no. But that's what we're kind of known for outside of the state border, if you want to call it that. But what was the one thing about Boston that you loved when you came here?
I think the people have been very kind and friendly to me. I
Oh,
think
we're
it's been
not like massholes.
I mean, you do have sort of an asshole tendency, but aside from that, everyone has been just honest. I think Minnesota has Minnesota nice, where people are fake nice, but everyone's really polite and friendly to you. And then here in Massachusetts, you can tell when someone actually likes you, because they'll be an asshole
I guess
to
that
everyone
is
else.
kind of like a true, if you're being true to yourself and you're acting like a jerk, then you're definitely a jerk.
That's right.
So yeah, all right. Well, that's an interesting positive spin to it. I guess that's a nice way. Nice way to look at it. Well, that would be the positive way of looking at it. Which of course Massachusetts residents are kind of like sometimes not that positive, but we try to be. There's a lot of positive things about Boston.
Do you want to stay here? Is this something?
No.
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 Where do you see yourself?
I think she's destined for New York at some point.
I want to know.
I right?
love New York. I love going into New York for
I believe
work,
you.
and I went there just for New Year's Eve, and I had a blast.
Yes.
So.
Oh my goodness.
Just for New Year's Eve? Okay. Well, have you been there for Fashion Week at all?
For Fashion Week is an interesting thing in New York because it's changed over the decades, and it doesn't pay anymore because so
That's
many
true.
models will work for free.
That's
that
true.
designers won't
It only
pay.
pays for the big
for the
names,
big
names,
ones.
yeah.
So it's a financial sacrifice for
Sure.
networking in that sense.
I'm supposed to be heading down tomorrow, hopefully. The only problem is I have so much work to do, so I'm trying to juggle it all and get it all done.
Yeah.
But
That's a
the
good
way I am.
point.
That's the way I am. But yes, New York has changed a little. There's a lot of, smaller showcases that are, like just upstarts, and they're trying to get ahead, and they have open casting, so anybody that wants. But again, some models that would not have the opportunity can go down there if they want to pay for the expenses and be a part of New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
So that's not such a bad. It's like a good and bad thing all rolled
It's
into
a
one.
good and it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So have you walked? Have you walked in any other major shows in New York?
Yeah. In New York, no. I'm just
Okay.
going for print and catalog work for
Which we love.
because those are the jobs that pay the most. And
Yes.
runway, I received a lot of. I could have taken jobs, but they would have been like $100, and you go in for casting and fitting, and then a few hours of the show. So New York Fashion Week I don't do,
Okay.
but Boston Fashion Week, and then I did Athens Fashion Week.
Athens, Greece.
Yes.
Wow, it wasn't like Athens, Georgia, or something.
No. it
Okay,
wasn't.
no. Wow. Tell us about. I'm Greek myself, so that's kind
Oh,
of
you
interesting.
are?
Yes, I am 100% Greek. So tell us about your experiences in Athens, please.
I had a wonderful experience in Athens. I worked for 9 wonderful designers and did a lot of different print jobs and modeled bridal for the first time. The modeling and fashion scene is incredible. But the crime rate in Greece is off the charts. So
I don't take
living there
credit
was
for
rough.
that.
Don't take credit for it. So
No.
many robberies. I was robbed myself in Greece.
Once removed from being Greek in a sense.
Once removed.
Second generation. So my second generation. My parents? No, I'm second generation. Yeah, my grandparents came from Greece. I think that's correct. But no, that was like 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago. But yes, I'm still.
You don't want to know how old Michael's mom is.
Yeah, no, we're not going to say that because she's watching right now, and she will kill me. She will kill me if we tell her age.
And I love her. Oh my goodness.
She'll kill me if I tell her age on the air.
Hi, Mama Zotos.
So, Elise, what was your favorite part about Athens besides the crime rates?
The beaches were beautiful.
Ah.
And it's just a more relaxed style of life where people take 2 hours to eat. And if you have any questions or if I ever got lost, people had the time to just walk me a mile to wherever I needed to be.
Very good. Well, I'm glad to hear that they were pleasant towards you. What time of year was that?
It was late fall, early winter.
Perfect time of year, late fall. Still beautiful
Keep that
down
in
there, the
mind.
Mediterranean.
Mhm.
I was in the Caribbean, the Mediterranean in October, mid-fall, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Perfect temperatures, smooth, comfortable, not hot, because they had a huge heat wave this past year in Europe, and they were stifling all summer long. But when I got there, it was perfect. So grateful for that. So yeah, you get a beautiful time of year to go down there. And yes, the beaches are absolutely stunning in the Mediterranean, Greece being one of them. Okay, so that was a great experience. When was that? This past year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2023. Very good. All right, well, you know what? I want to show a couple of quick slides we have of you. Let's see. Okay, well, so this is kind of like your editorial. Wow, I love that.
Her eyes are so
I was
beautiful.
going to say, her eyes, the intensity.
Thank
So
you guys.
beautiful.
Okay, what brand was this for?
This is for Under Armour.
Oh, yeah, I see it there. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Under Armour.
Back
That was
in Minnesota,
awesome.
I shot this at 17. I didn't. So
At
you
17?
had to dig deep for this one.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, he's.
I dig deep all the time. All right, this is a shot from the Liberty.
Oh yes, the right one is for the Liberty.
For the Liberty, and that's an
Cinderella.
old headshot. Because your hair's a little
Yes.
longer now. Okay.
That's an old.
Oh no,
Yeah.
this is Beauty and the Beast.
What do you mean?
Yes.
The dress,
Oh.
yeah.
Here's
And
a-
then on the left is Athens Fashion Week, actually.
Ah,
Yes.
wow, I love that. That looks
What was it? Was that a
awesome.
piece on your lip? What was that?
That was like a fake lip ring they gave
Oh
us.
my
all.
goodness.
Wow.
Look like a rock star.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous work. Unbelievable. All right, we got a little hardware for you.
We
So we're
do.
going to take a quick little break so we can get that. And when we come right back, we're going to award you with your award. How's that? Okay?
A year
We'll
later,
be
I'm ready.
Right back.
Interviewing the best talent Boston has to offer. This is the Performer Radio Show.
Okay, when I said right back, I really meant right back. Because we had to get the hardware so we can present it to you.
Yes.
So, Elise, without further ado, Marlena's going to give you your 2022 Boston Fashion Awards. Why don't you hand that over
Well-deserved.
to her? Well deserved.
Well
You've done an
deserved.
amazing job since you've come into
Yes.
Boston. Let's take a look. Be careful because it's kind of like we don't want it to drop and break. But maybe we can show people, just keep it at a tilt when you pull it out if you want
She
to.
don't play. She don't play.
You know, yes. And by the way, that's lead crystal. It's a little heavy. There you go. And why don't you flip it around?
Where's the
Flip it around.
pa-boom? The pa-boom.
I
In
don't have
the
that.
background.
There you go. All right. So it's
Yes, congratulations,
Congratulations.
girlfriend.
I'm wondering where would you be putting that in your house? Whatever. What?
I will be giving it to my mom, and she will be finding a place.
There you go. Moms always love awards with their kids. They like to display them proudly, so everyone's seen.
I'm
Probably
so
in the
proud
living,
to give it to her.
probably in the living room, right? More when
Yep.
everyone visits or whenever
When
something-
Michael told me you guys were coming, I'm like,
She
I,
wasn't-
I cried a little bit.
I guess she teared up a little bit.
I did. I was
Well,
like,
you know,
I'm
'cause-
not missing Elise, and I'm not missing Melinda.
There you go.
Kidding
Thank
me?
you, Marlena.
Thank you very much. Yeah, because Marlena was the assistant director of the Boston Fashion Awards, so she worked with a lot of the models and designers and boutiques that participated
Which-
the past few years, actually.
For credit, that was my first time as that
First time as
title.
the assistant director, yes. But
So
you've been the
I've
model
always been the model coordinator.
Yes. I boosted
And that
her
was
up
like a really big
notch.
step for
Yeah,
me.
that was
too.
a big job, girl.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Melinda's
Yeah.
seen it all.
I
She's
saw it
like,
all.
You should see it from
worked
my
hard.
end, Melinda.
oh my
I'm
goodness.
sure.
Yeah, it's a crazy.
I
it's a
love it
crazy
though.
day.
I love the
It's a crazy-
fashion.
it's a
I love the
crazy
models.
month.
I love the culture. I think it brings something out of me, and it amplifies who I am. Because since I was 9 years old, I always wanted to be a model. But it's not like you're any model. And when you say that you're a model, you're like, what type of model? So I'm not just any model, like in per se.
And not just any person.
You're a
either.
model's model.
You're a
Yeah.
model's model. Yeah,
I'm a
okay, that's
model's
a good one.
model.
That's a good way. What are you? I
Oh,
like that,
because
Melinda.
I'm a woman's woman.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good.
You know?
Elise, what's your favorite style of modeling since you do both runway as well as
Yes.
print?
I think my favorite style is athletic apparel. Those
Okay.
are
See
the
that.
most fun, and
Fitness.
the shoots you get to do without wearing 4-inch heels. My absolute favorite.
Okay, so it's a lot more
She has
comfortable.
some good points. Like,
think she'll-
I
hey,
love
she-
it.
And you've been, like I said, you've been doing a lot more print work now too lately, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad to see that runway and print is surviving in Boston.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
especially there's a lot more companies now that are hiring local, because a lot of the companies like Talbots and TJX, which is TJ Maxx and Marshalls, they were going to New York and bringing them up here, and now they're going more local. So it's nice to see more locals getting the jobs around here. Same thing goes for
Amen.
the movie industry. They're hiring a lot more locals. A good friend of mine, Naheem Garcia, he is in the Holdovers, one of the primary roles in the Holdovers. He's the janitor in the Holdovers, in case you've seen it. And that looks like it could be winning the Academy Award this year, just like Coda did a few years back.
Yep.
Okay, so it's nice to see everybody local getting a fair share and a
Yes.
crack at all these national. And Marlena, you just did a national ad too for Chic.
I did.
You did. Okay, that's great. That was last week.
Yes.
So I know we can't show anything about it, but Elise, have you done any national? Oh, Under Armour. Well, that's one.
Under Armour.
What's some of the other national
Oh,
ones?
she must have a list.
Hey, you both did Fanatics. I saw that.
We
You-
both did
Yes.
Fanatics.
Right.
High five. High five.
High five. They're airing now
Yes.
on ESPN, right?
Right. Yes, they're starting to air those.
And
I just saw
then
those.
the biggest national one I've done is Diva Curl for the hair company.
I
And you
saw
just
the-
put that out.
Yeah.
I just put those out.
Oh
The
my
Right, so
commercials.
you got to check
the-
her Instagram. Why don't you give them their Instagram while we can, right here?
It's at ESOPELLE. So my first
In case you
initial
need
and my
to
last
spell
name.
last name again. There it is, right there.
There it is.
Yes.
I didn't have a
Ma'am.
chance to put on your social media stuff because I was just rushing around. Okay. All right. So congratulations on getting the award. Now we're going to switch over.
Congratulations,
We're going to
Elise.
switch over to Melinda here. Now, Melinda, how long has Bloom been Bloom?
17 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I saw an article. It said you were in Hingham at one time.
I
Is that-
originated in Hingham. Yeah, tiny little 700 square foot store, and we were there for almost 8 years, and then I built Bloom. It was a build out from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
17 years later.
Mm-hmm.
why lingerie swimwear?
I knew you would probably ask that question.
Well, it's a valid
It's
question.
a valid question. It was really born out of like an entrepreneurial spirit and necessity. I have been an entrepreneur my whole life. I owned a flower business, and then at the time, my cousin and I were. She came from Fidelity, and I was looking to do something different, and we were like, okay, what should we do? I knew the South Shore. I knew the demographic. I knew the people. And she's like, where do you go to get a good bra? And I was like, nowhere. And literally that's how we started. We spent the next 6 months researching. We went to every show we could. We created a store, a bra fit store, brought lingerie in, and never looked back.
That's interesting because I never really thought about it before, but you're right. On the South Shore especially, there's been absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
I do remember that a while back, La Perla had a store in Boston, but who can afford La Perla? If anyone doesn't know what that means, that's a very high-end French brand that most people you'd have to mortgage your house to afford some of that stuff.
But this was about bringing like
Right.
the local
local
lingerie
flavor, yeah.
store back to the market, and where you could fit generations of people, and you could go and get fit for an everyday bra and pick up a pretty bra, and And then from there, it like naturally morphed into swim because of where we are.
Yeah,
and
swim and resort, which is very similar.
Yeah.
When did
I
you?
do want to get into what you're wearing.
Thanks.
What are you wearing?
Oh,
Are
what
you
you're wearing right
Bloom?
now?
Yeah, just a little Bloom stuff.
You wearing a little Bloom?
Okay, I see it underneath the
Just a little
blazer.
Bloom,
Okay, all right.
yes.
I wasn't paying attention earlier. Sorry.
I see everything.
There you go. Oh, you would, because I'm sitting here running the board and everything else. So
It looks
besides,
very
actually,
nice.
I can't actually
you.
physically see you. I can only see you through the cameras, so that's all I can see. But you guys can see each other. When did you go? When did you go to add swim and resort? How far into the 17 years?
Pretty quickly, within 4 years, we did that.
Okay.
And it really paid off. It's the biggest part of my business, really.
Really, I would
Yeah.
have to think that if you can have a place where you can get swimwear and resort wear at any time of the year, because a lot of people go on vacations from October through May.
Yep.
Yes, of course, this is the summertime. Yes, absolutely. That's guaranteed business. But when you have to go out and you go into the department stores like Macy's or whatever, Nordstrom, and they don't have a section like that during October or November. And you're like, I'm going to go on a cruise. I mean, you might be able to order something online, but how's it going to fit? You don't know. You don't
It's
want
a
to do that back
natural
and forth.
progression for
Yeah.
most, specialty lingerie stores that are fit driven because,
Right.
if you can fit good bras and good lingerie and then you can fit a good bathing suit, it's a win-win.
Especially when
all
you're
encompassing.
hands-on, and people can
100%.
ask you not for nothing your opinion, because you know your garments, you know what type of pieces you bring into the store. So if someone's asking you, what do you think looks good on me? Here, try this on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We
that's
take the
what-
guesswork out
the
of all of
department
it for
stores don't
people.
have that kind of
No.
Absolutely not.
attention.
Right.
Doesn't it
women-
also feel that the intimacy of a small boutique doesn't it also make the client feel comfortable?
100%.
Yeah.
It's intimate apparel. It's an intimate boutique. It's intimate conversation and relationships, and we really take the time. Like the whole idea was like so nobody ever had to go to the mall again and take
Yes.
10 bathing suits or bras into a dressing room and come out with nothing that fit them and feeling like crap about themselves.
Oh,
So we
you
take-
make
Now,
me
what we're
feel
doing
sad
here.
for somebody.
Yeah, no, it's a kind of it's like I fit things that women like for the most part dread, and it's just the best feeling when women come in and before you know it they have like 6 choices and they're like happy.
want all of 'em.
and they want all exactly.
Like,
Well, it's
give
good
me
for
all
business,
of
isn't
them.
it?
Exactly.
You must be a good salesperson to stay in business for 17 years.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Well,
And-
it's about relationships.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Yes, I noticed that when I came into the store a couple times, or boutique, I should say, and you were getting all their social media information and talking to them about their, what they do and everything else. That is homegrown,
Organic,
organic.
sales.
Yes,
Yeah, I
door
love
to
it.
door
Sales.
sales.
Dude, that's
I
how I
love
build my
that.
business.
I love that. That's
One
how
relationship
That's
at
how
a time.
that's how the small businesses are surviving.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, okay, Amazon is great, cheap, whatever, but you don't get that attention, and a lot of people like that attention, and they're willing to pay for that attention. I know I'm willing to pay for good customer service.
Yep.
I will go to another location rather than a cheaper location if I know the customer service is better,
Yep.
and I'm willing to pay more
That's
for
how
it.
we differentiate ourselves.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's how you stayed in business for 17 years. Have you ever thought about opening up an additional stores, or you just stick with the one for now?
No, I want to. I mean, that's why I've been working so hard in the city and trying to really create, a presence there. My goal is at some point to do that. Timing is everything, and I'm not sure that now is the time to do it, but it's on my radar. And it's going to happen. It's just
Very
we got to
good.
wait for the time.
Yes.
I like
So-
your assistant too. I forgot her name though. She's
Ava,
very bubbly.
she's the
Ava,
best.
very
Hi,
bubbly.
Ava.
Yeah.
Hi, Aves.
There you go. Yeah, very bubbly. I
Yeah,
like
she's-
it. When she walk in, she
Oh,
gets
she's
smiling.
so hands-on with you.
Yes, exactly.
We are like morphing into like the same person. We are just it's crazy how when you work with somebody every day and you're so close. It's wonderful. It's a great relationship.
Yeah, when I morph into
Love that for
Marlena,
you.
then something's wrong. But maybe
Wait, say that again.
I said if I end up morphing into you, something's definitely wrong.
Hey, you got good looks.
You'll be in the better end of that.
Maybe someday. So the average client. Let's describe the average client. We're talking, suburban woman,
Well, for sure,
middle
it's a
age, or
suburban.
what?
Yeah, it's like a 30 to 65-year-old person. She's a mom. She's she's a fit mom who's coming in with not a lot of time, and but wants to be fashionable but comfortable and pretty, and but then that's one aspect of it. But then I have that that 60-year-old woman who is willing to wants to be feeling good and looking good, has that budget to the kids are grown, and they want that right suit to go to St. Bart's.
Very good.
And that's the bottom line.
Now I know who to go to for real.
I get that smooth jazz playing in the background. So
Perfect.
This is getting in that. I wonder if I could get my mother to go in there. She's we'll see.
You
We'll
should.
see.
You know what?
You know what?
I have to
Bring
be
her in.
there.
I mean,
I'm gonna be there for
loves,
that.
She loves nightgowns and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
Yes.
please bring her in.
That should be interesting.
There's really no. I mean, I have women that come into my store that are 85 years old.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
And we treat everybody the same, and we love women. Period. So
Yes.
we really do.
Now,
And
tomorrow you're going to be at the Liberty.
Tomorrow we are going to bring it to the Liberty.
Bring it to the Liberty.
We're
I like the way she says that.
Valentine's Day.
Bring it to the Liberty.
Felt that.
And it's going to be a
gonna
little bit more on the edgier side, I'm assuming, because it is the Liberty.
We have some really cool ideas. Last year was a big hit. It was, I think, their most well-attended event of the year, and this year, we have to outdo ourselves.
Bring it up a notch.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty cool.
Or just bring it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it down. Okay, Mike's getting a little crazy with the music. The Liberty, then followed by an in-store in the boutique
so
in
this year
Cohasset the next
I decided
day.
to bring it to all the suburbanites who can't get to the city for that 10:30 show. That like to be in bed by 10:30.
Wow.
Hello.
That's true.
But we're going to have that show from 6:30 to 8:30, and it's going to be every bit the Liberty. We're just bringing it to Cohasset, Mike. We'll see how it goes.
I'm happy for you. I feel like you're ready for this.
I can't wait to see. If I'm not here and I'm in New York, I can't wait to see whatever's posted on social media, because that'll be awesome. And then you're not done.
No.
I know you're not done,
Please.
because next Tuesday, as we mentioned
Next
earlier.
Tuesday is going to be a blast.
Yeah, I was telling Marlena about it earlier. Go ahead, talk about, and you know Anne-Marie very well.
So I know Anne-Marie. We've worked together. She's a doll. She understands fashion and women and how to put a party together. And she is putting this event to launch her new magazine and the new dating app, Lola, the Boston dating app.
That's my dog's name.
And
oh my God.
So it's going to be at Capo's, which I'm not familiar with. But
I am
hear
familiar with it. We
great
had the Boston
things.
Fashion Awards there one year, and I think she's having it the lower basement of Capo's, which is like an old speakeasy kind of setup.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, it's very 30s, 40s kind of vibe to it. So you'll like it.
That's perfect. That's going to vibe exactly with the lingerie.
Okay.
And so this year we're going to do a really fun vision that I've had in my back of my head for a long time, where we're going to take men in fabulous suits and tuxedos, featured by the Tailor Fit, who's just a genius of a man. I love his vibe. I love his clothes. And the women will be in lingerie, and his fine men are going to be in his amazing suits and tuxedos.
And I love how you said fine, man.
Oh, they are fine. They are fine men. And so
somehow I'm feeling a little inadequate right now, but that's okay. The event starts at 7 o'clock.
Starts at 7.
7 o'clock,
Yep.
right?
And I guess there's going to be a dating game. So I mean,
Yes.
it's just sounding like the best time.
I can't wait. That one I can go to, because I should go.
I think you'll see me there.
I should go, because I'm actually in the magazine, so this issue coming out, so I do want to see myself in the magazine. But also, I just want to see everybody and see what's going on. This sounds like a great night. And yes, you have to RSVP on the In Boston Magazine Facebook page, so you can go there and say, hey, I want to attend this, and they're putting the guest list together. It's not something you just show up for.
Yeah.
So
Same thing with the Bloom one. If
Yeah.
you could RSVP, that's great. We're open. We have it open for one more day. Just call or text the store, and that's going to be a fun night too. So.
Oh, that's at night too?
Yeah, that's
the 9th is that night?
No, the Blooms is Friday, the 9th.
Yeah, what I'm saying, but that's at night?
That's at night, yeah.
Oh, that's at night, okay. All
yeah,
right.
so, I mean, there's something for everybody here. If you're
That's
going to be
great.
at the Liberty, for the late night city crowd, or you can come to the suburban thing, or you can do the South Boston.
This guy behind me,
so, yeah.
Brian, you know these chairs right there, right? He just kind of photobombs me at the last second.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
He just walks in. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. This guy walked toward me, and I just kind of lost all train of thought. The 9th, you said you're going to be
at Bloom.
At Bloom, right?
In store.
In store. Is like a champagne.
Oh yeah, champagne and sweets and great music, and should be fun.
Brian smells like food right now, and I just I don't know what he's been cooking, but I smell the garlic and everything else, so I'm getting totally. Okay, sorry. What kind of sweets? What else?
The usual, chocolate-covered strawberries.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was
going to
say.
Cookies and
I love
homemade
that.
cookies and
all right.
good champagne.
Brian's going to show up just for that. Absolutely. Actually, yeah, you're going to have photographers there and everything.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, very good.
Absolutely.
Glad to hear that.
Do you have a new collection that you want to talk about?
Yeah,
we do. One of the we have a selection from all over the world. We have a beautiful line of Maison clothes from France, designed by a man for a woman, and it is really beautiful.
I would believe those Frenchmen. I believe those Frenchmen.
Yeah, I believe them too.
Yeah.
And I think probably one of the most fun things that we're featuring is, I think you probably all remember, you might be young to remember Fredericks of Hollywood. You guys ever hear of that?
I've heard of Fredericks.
I know Fredericks of Hollywood.
Okay, so it was kind of this sort of, old schools, erotica, very inexpensive.
I'm going to do my homework.
Okay. And they've had a complete rebranding. And
wow.
we are featuring them in a big way this year. And it's a very old Hollywood, very sexy vibe.
Oh, okay,
it's
that's
giving me
good.
Marilyn Monroe vibe.
Yeah, you got it. Marilyn Monroe.
We're going back even further, like Betty Grable,
Diamonds
that
Are
type
a
of-
Girl Best Friend,
Okay, all right.
like
Burlesque?
I would say
Burlesque?
Modern burlesque. Yeah.
Because Fredericks got a little bit more on the risque side.
So excited.
Like what, like 70s, 80s?
Yeah. So they're still
Yeah.
risque, but they've really upped their game, and the fit
Okay.
is beautiful, and the price point is amazing.
Oh, you're talking about the quality.
The product
Quality,
itself.
okay, the product itself. All right.
collections,
Yeah, because it was kind of cheap back then.
Yeah, and now also one of the definite trends that we're going to be featuring is lingerie that can go from the street to the bedroom, like that you can wear outside and mix with your regular clothing, but then actually take it,
I love that.
Further, right?
Yeah, a step further.
I'm getting into more of my style because usually if I see something in the store, I'm like, oh, I'll wear that, one day, but not for nothing. Like when you have a sense of style, you can walk out like any day is the runway,
100%.
And yeah, I love that.
I saw
love
that picture that you posted recently with the woman wearing the black, what was it, a dress? What would you call it then?
I don't know which one. We posted an awful lot of them, but
it's on your website.
So it probably was a dress that
Okay.
like literally you could wear to the club, or you could take it home and have fun in it, or for dinner. You could any version of life, and I love lingerie like that.
Yes,
So
because
that's
you
versatile.
really live it. Then
Yeah.
you
Versatile.
embody it. You put it on. It's not just for
Yeah.
Elise, do you like wearing lingerie around the house, or just like jeans?
Did you just
kind of-
change the music for me?
No,
What
no,
was
that's
that?
just changed by itself.
Okay.
But no. Do you like just lounging around in sweats, or do you like a nice nightgown?
I live with my mom, so I'm not rolling around in
Okay.
lingerie all
Okay,
day.
okay.
I like sweats.
You like sweats.
And then I sleep in sweats.
They sleep in sweats.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Fair
assuming that there's you have some offerings at your store that are much more comfortable.
Oh,
Yeah?
for sure.
Yeah.
We do lounge, the coziest, coolest of loungewear, kind of athletic leisure wear, and great pajamas. Good old PJs.
I think we're aligned.
Yeah.
I think there's an alignment here.
So the PJs thing sounds good.
It's
for
really a
Elise.
one-stop shop.
Pajamas, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You don't have any men's offerings in there, do you?
Well, we have.
You do?
We've actually
Okay,
started
something
a
new.
line of men's underwear called Sax from Canada. It's fantastic. It started as like a little bit of let's just have this for women to grab onto it. Now
Yeah.
we've built a following. It's that good. And this year we're also doing silk boxers and silk pajamas for men.
Silk.
Okay.
I would wear those.
Yeah.
Wow, this I did not know, and I'm glad you're telling everybody this because
I'm
now,
getting giddy about it. I don't know
Okay,
if you
she
can
is
tell.
getting giddy.
I'm like
Look at
getting
her.
too giddy. Calm down, Marlena.
Yes,
Pipe it
Marlena. We don't
down.
want to have to throw any cold water on you. All right? That wouldn't look good. But okay, so I'm glad. So women can come there and shop for their men for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is good. This is very good. So yeah, guys and girls, why don't you go shopping together and you secretly buy something for each other?
You want to shout out your address?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
we're in Cohasset, 132 Route 3A in Cohasset, at Old Colony Plaza.
Old Colony Plaza.
Very nice plaza, by the way. Yes, very
Plenty
nice.
of parking, easy to get to.
Right next to the Olympus Grill, so you can smell like Greek food all day long. Right?
And at the train station.
At the train station, right? Yeah.
So plenty of
So if you
parking.
want to, come down by the commuter rail, you can come down by the commuter rail, and that's always a good idea too. So you don't have to drive, because no one likes Boston traffic. But
I give it to her on the parking though, because there's plenty of parking there.
oh yeah, there's good parking there,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
So after Valentine's is over, you're gonna take a little break, or like you going right into Mother's Day type of stuff? What's going on?
Well, we'll
for
be
the rest?
heavy into resort. Then we have, February vacation, March and April vacations. So we're going to be deep into swim. The store gets turned over. We'll always have a selection of lingerie, but it gets brought down, and we're full on into swim and.
So you kind of switch things around a little bit.
Yeah.
In other words, you can still go in there and get swim at any time of the year, but you kind of cater to it more in the March through September kind of months. Is that kind of thing?
Yeah. And I mean, we're a spring summer store because we're on coastal. So usually by May 1st, we're full blown swim and resort, and but always bra fittings and undergarments for weddings and stuff like that.
Yeah. How did Christmas go for you?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's a good
Christmas
question.
was great.
Yeah, did you have a lot of sales?
Christmas was good, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was good.
We love Christmas time for businesses, especially small businesses.
True, absolutely. The question I have is, so you mentioned that you said spring, summer.
Yeah.
On good beach days, you get a lot more traffic coming down to I'm going to go stop here before I go to like Nantasket Beach or some other place nearby?
I don't know how much actual tourist business we get, although I'm always tapping into Hull because it's a great place, to grab that level of business. But it's really the local crowd. We definitely do some trunk shows in the summertime, but it's those people that have the house in Cohasset, house down the Cape, or multiple homes, double wardrobes for the summer. They're at the beach or at the pool all the time. Or their, country club. And
I was just saying, when you mentioned the Cape, I was just saying to myself, that would be a great place for a store, at least seasonal, during the summertime. That would be an awesome place, because then you can go there before you go to the islands or
so
have
we've
the
done
parts of the
trunk
Cape.
shows down the Cape and trunk shows on the islands, and
Whereabouts on the islands have you done the trunk shows?
on the Vineyard. Yeah,
Okay.
private homes.
We love the
mostly.
Vineyard.
Oh, private homes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sort of like Tupperware for lingerie.
We'll swim.
Sort of like
Haven't
that.
done the lingerie yet,
Oh,
but that's
just
a
for
great
swim,
idea.
okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
we
the
go
summertime.
we go to Martha's Vineyard at least once a year.
Yeah.
So for sure.
It's
We'd love
a
to
great
see you
place
down there.
It's a great place for swimming, obviously. We do a lot of stuff in the summer down there for content. And I think that this past year you were part of the Boston Fashion Awards.
We were.
Love to have you back again.
Thank
But we'd
you.
love to have you back again for Swim Boston.
See?
See?
I'm glad you said so.
Okay.
So I don't know about swim.
You don't know
Boston.
about Swim Boston.
Mm-mm.
That's sort of like our
all
summer version
swim.
of the Fashion Awards. There's no awards being given. It's just swimwear,
And
resort
fun.
wear,
Oh.
just a nice time. But we have a lot of the same, people involved in that event. It's something to do in the summertime.
Yes.
Just
Yeah, you can
celebrating
count on us
fashion
for that.
outdoors, and just because Miami has Swim Week. Okay, a lot of people go down there, but I think we have a nice summer season around here, especially with
do.
the Cape and the islands and all the beaches, Hampton Beach, all those places.
Yes.
And why not? Let's celebrate summer here too, in summer fashion.
And Anne Marie was actually one of our
Yes,
designers
and
2 years
Anne Marie
ago,
was
so
one of our
I
designers.
would
the last-
love for you
last
guys to
Swim
be in
Boston.
the same room. It's gonna be fun.
We did a big swim photo shoot for them in one of their
Wow.
magazines.
That's right.
And
I think Brian
it
knows
was
about that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
he
Yes,
was.
Brian was there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But can I just give a shout out to the models because
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
So this
Thank
was,
you.
the first time being at Boston Fashion Week, and you guys work so hard. Oh my God, these girls, even at the Liberty and doing more shows, and I'm amazed at the hard work that goes into this.
all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the
And to you, the background of that show was there was a lot of moving pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And
it means a lot to me.
And at the end of the day, those runs were out there, and the girls were amazing. And
I apologize if I ever stepped on anyone's toes.
No.
But the job has to get done.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I just all the models and to the behind the scenes, it's impressive.
We haven't had Elise yet on the runway for Boston Fashion Awards, but we'll get her there at some point.
Maybe.
She did attend.
She might say
did
no.
attend, though. She did attend.
I do attend.
She did attend.
She does,
Yes.
and that's all that matters.
That does
More
help.
than thankful.
That does help.
If I'm a guest, I just want to sit back and watch the show.
I get it. I get it. You're working all the time.
The whole
but
evening.
we don't want to deprive everybody of your talents. So maybe at some point we'll work on that. Maybe we can bribe her with something. I don't know. But yeah, she's amazing on the runway. So you have to check her out. The Liberty Hotel. Most Thursday nights she's there. Even if you can't, I'm sure she's got a lot of other stuff going on. So probably pay attention to her social media.
Definitely.
And as for Bloom, you guys work so hard. I remember walking in the first time with Marlena to talk to you, and you were overjoyed that we're
Melinda's face.
Yeah.
Who is this girl?
We were just like, thank you for recognizing how hard we've been working.
I know. That's the thing, right?
It's so important.
It's the thing. When somebody recognizes how hard you're working, it's a great feeling.
It really is.
And I do appreciate your reaction in the moment, how it made you feel at that moment to say, hey, well, okay, somebody's been paying attention to us.
Yep.
And it's been easier lately because of what you've been doing. So keep it up, and
thank you. We will.
You will get those additional stores. I'm going to be positive here. Not just one. We're going to have like a couple of Blooms around. It's
Blooming.
Bloom
So
is
it
going to
shall
bloom.
be.
Let me tell you. Okay, and that's the way to think of it. Be positive. But
Thank
you got a
you for
good
that.
you got a good attitude about how to treat your customers as well as people that work for you. They're just thanking the models just now.
Yeah.
Okay, which is sometimes a lot of designers don't even think about that.
Yeah,
Okay?
we do. We have a really different approach of working with our models. For us, the model is the focus, not the product, or the collection. Because when the model can relate to what she's wearing, that's where the magic happens. When she has that confidence, she's like, oh yeah, that's me. That outfit I can relate to.
Yes.
That's when it happens. We don't say, oh, this is what you're wearing.
And
We
thank
lay
you for
it
that,
out.
because absolutely, I know Elise can chime in on someone giving us a clothing, and we're like, what is this? We're gonna put it on because it's the job. Not for nothing. But it's like, does this even look good on me? Is this gonna be? Is this me?
Definitely.
And not saying every designer is like that, but not a lot of designers look at their model and like actually understand.
They can be dictators
that
instead
part.
of trying to work with the models.
Yeah, a couple of them can be like that.
And
I don't like when I see that happening behind the stage.
there comes with
behind
a
the
lot
scenes.
of like tough skin in the model industry, and you have to develop that, because if you want to be on that runway, you're gonna get some.
I'm not going to say who
From
it
every
was.
angle.
I was behind the scenes at an event in Providence a while back, and this designer who was holding the showcase that night wasn't giving the models anything to drink, to eat, not even water, and had them standing in line for hours for fittings, runway walkthroughs, and things like that. I finally told the hotel staff, please get some water for these ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, because they've been hours without water.
I just can't.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
he
do
was,
that.
he was ordering them around like a general. The only thing I'm going to say was a he. And I never appreciated that, and I never wanted to work with him ever again. And he's never been a part of any of the stuff we've done. He's been nominated. I will not stop anyone from being nominated, but being a part of the show, no, absolutely not. I don't like the way he was treating people, and I'm assuming that he's always been that way and never will change. But the ones that are gentle and take care and are concerned about the models and everyone involved, those are the people I like to invite to be part of the event. Okay, and like yourself, Melinda, and the ones that work hard too.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you guys for coming down. I really do,
thanks for
especially when
having
you've got
us.
so much going on. Elise, I hope you have an amazing birthday tomorrow. Not doing anything or doing whatever you want.
She's gonna go for a spa day.
That's
right.
Nobody hit her up.
Oh, okay.
Don't contact me.
But do not disturb for the whole entire day. Take a day off and relax and enjoy with you or your mom or whatever. And Melinda.
Oh yeah, I'll be at the Liberty
You'll
getting
be at
ready.
the Liberty. We know where you're
Come
going to
on
be.
down. It's going to be a show.
For the next at least the next week, you're going to be running on high.
Yeah.
So nobody hit her up either.
The next 48 hours.
I hope you're a coffee drinker, a caffeine.
A little
drink.
bit.
A little bit. Okay. You got to get a whole case full of Red Bull because you're probably going to need it.
I have a great team.
Yeah, well,
Great
that's
team
it.
of
You don't-
women
okay,
that are
seriously.
I think that's what's important.
Oh yeah, it is a team effort. No one person can do this, and you know what? We got to keep it fun too. So
absolutely,
it'll
You know,
be hard.
that's a
It'll
key
be hard
thing right
work,
there.
but we're
That's a
gonna.
key thing.
It's lingerie. It's
Without
fun.
a team, you can't pull any of this off, can you?
Absolutely.
And the same thing goes for you, Elise, too. And I mean, you are a product of everyone that helps you become the product. The hair and makeup, the designers, the model casting people. Everyone that's involved in it creates your image that people see.
Absolutely.
Okay, just like an actor or an actress too. Okay, whoever write the lines and whoever's the director. We do have to thank our teams once in a while for doing what they do to make us all look good. And that's very important. I'm glad you brought it up, Melinda.
Yeah.
So go see Melinda and her team tomorrow night at the Liberty. See them at the store and boutique in Cohasset. See them at Capo's next Thursday night, next Tuesday night, along with everybody else. The Galentine's night on the 13th. Marlena, I think, is going to be there. Hey, Elise, I hope you can show up too. Maybe if you're
there
free.
will be tall guys,
There'll be tall guys.
There'll be tall.
That's what everyone in Boston
I'll tell
says
Anne-Marie
they're
to
going to be
invite
there.
the Boston Celtics.
They're never there.
That's a knee slapper.
No,
There
I
you go.
promise you. I can promise you they'll be there next Tuesday.
See, that's
be
a
there next
confirmation.
Oh, wow, that's good though. So you see, now she got more to go on.
So fun.
And you'll probably be back at the Liberty, I'm assuming, the following Thursday.
Any of the coming weeks. Yeah.
Any of the coming weeks. Okay, that's good. So let's see, what was the 22nd? Oh no, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. We get the 29th.
He's
this
like
month.
a human AI.
No, I'm not.
At this point,
I
in my
wish
life.
I could just blurt out everything and be making sense all the time. Half the time I'm totally like gibberish. No, I only make sense when the microphone's in front of me. I think. I don't know. But I want to thank you again for coming down, Boston Traffic, all that other stuff, and I look forward to seeing all of you again on the runway, at the events, and all that other good stuff.
Thanks
okay?
so much for having us.
You're very welcome. And an hour went by quickly, didn't it? I told you.
Sure
it would.
did.
All right. Good night, everyone, and
Good night.
happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.